I see my name in shining lights. Yeah, a different city every night. Oh, I swear the world better prepare for when I'm a billionaire.
It's time to get down to business on the weekend's #1 business program. Known as the King of Networking, your host, Shalom Klein, has worked with thousands of entrepreneurs and created countless jobs. So, to success. Let's get down to business.
And indeed, we are all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. In business, we talk a lot about business here. You are on with Get Down to Business, and I'm your host, Shalom Klein. Remember, you can always download podcasts from Get Down to Business on my website at shalomklein.com. While you are there, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Shalom Klein. It's going to be a jam-packed week of content and information you'll not want to miss. A live show, you can call into the studio, 312-642-5600, 312-642-5600. And I am joined by our returning guest, and as I always love to say, the guru himself, Tom Miroballi.
The title of the year, yes. Hi, how are you?
Tom, it's great to have you. I am doing well. It's been a beautiful weekend here in Chicago.
Yes,
I hate to say it might be one of the last ones we might have, but
what are you going to do?
Hey, what can you do? But it's also another important time on the calendar, busy time for you, which means it is almost open enrollment season. Tom, are you ready?
Yeah, well, we have 2 open enrollments, just as long as you know. The first one is basically going to be for people looking for Medicare Advantage plans, and that's for people 65 and over. And the second one is basically going to be for people under 65 who are looking for the Affordable Care Act plans.
So what does that calendar look like for those that are tuning in? What sort of dates or time frames should they have on their radar?
Well, for the over 65 for Medicare Advantage and the prescription drug cards, it's basically going to be from October 15th, and it's going to stop on December the 7th. Again, October 15th, and it's going to stop on December 7th for a policy to be issued on January 1, 2021.
Oh, wow. So it's right around the corner. So this is something that everybody needs to be paying attention to. So for those that are not sort of familiar with the term open enrollment, what does that mean in terms of somebody's eligibility? What can they do only during an open enrollment, and what can they not do at other periods of the year?
Well, with open enrollment, if you want to go into an Advantage plan, a Medicare Advantage plan, and a prescription drug plan, that's the time for you to get into it, okay? Now, naturally, when you just turned 65, you're new to Medicare, you've got to do that, and Medicare has a window, and a lot of people might not know. People have to sign up for Medicare, not necessarily Medicare Advantage, but Medicare, and they have to get a Medicare supplement. So to sign up for Medicare, you have to do it 3 months before the month of your birthday, the 30 days of the month of your birthday, and 3 months after the month of your birthday. And if you don't do it, now you're going to incur a penalty that's going to stay with you for the rest of your life.
Wow. And so, again, station identification over here. We're talking with Tom Miroballi, the guru, as I always say, independent agent who works with many companies and finds the best rate, the best plan for anybody that might be tuning in as it relates to health insurance, either for you as an individual, for your companies, helps to find the right plan at the right price point. And we talk about that right price point all the time, and that's because you shop around and because you are independent. Tom is based here in Chicago and takes calls, as we always say, at all hours of the day and night.
Yep.
And, Tom, we'll say it again in a couple of minutes before we wrap up. But give your phone number, if you don't mind.
Oh, it is 630-863-3477. 630-863-3477. You can call that number 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. That does not mean, ladies and gentlemen, at 3 in the morning I'm going to answer the phone, but that's quite all right. Just leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as possible.
So, Tom, I have to say that when you were in studio with me here, it was almost exactly a month ago.
Right.
And you came in and you got off the air, and I think it was maybe 5 seconds, maybe 10 seconds.
Correct.
The phone rang. And mind you, this is on a Sunday evening.
Correct.
And you picked up that phone and you started chatting, and I was dead to you. You didn't talk to me anymore. I was not important.
Yeah.
I was not important.
You're always important.
Thank you. But your customers come first, and their shopping around comes first. So we have been talking about the open enrollment, 2 different periods of open enrollment.
Correct.
And that's very important for everybody to know, because this is the time of year to to start paying attention. Every time of year is important. After January, everybody gets into tax mode and gets ready between then and April. This year was a little bit extended because of COVID, but you get ready for your tax. This is basically tax season for you, Tom, essentially.
Yes, correct.
You're like an accountant, and you have your crunch time, and your phone is going to be ringing, but you're going to be taking all those calls. So what are some of the questions that you've been receiving that perhaps people need to start thinking about?
Well, they want to know, should they go into a Medicare Advantage plan or should they go into a Medicare supplement plan? If you choose the Medicare Advantage plan, it's really kind of miserable to get out of if you want to move on. You do have a PPO in a Medicare Advantage plan, but I highly recommend people go to a Medicare supplement plan. I liken Medicare Advantage plans to HMOs. I don't like HMOs. And they have very high monetary penalties if you go out of network. And they have high out-of-pocket costs if you're even in network on their PPO plan. But I always like to tell people, go into a Medicare supplement plan, because you can change a Medicare supplement plan every 6 months after you enroll. So most people go into, they used to go into the standard plan F plan that covers everything, but now the government has eliminated the standard F plan, and you can only start off with the standard G plan. And the G plan, the only difference between the old F plan and the G plan is that on the G plan, the client, if they're hospitalized, has to pay a $198 Part B as in boy, annual deductible.
Tom, you're in the Army. Bravo.
6 years. Yeah, bravo. Yeah, good old Bravo. Yeah, Bravo Company. Anyway, but with all of this stuff going on with the Medicare Supplement Plan G, the difference that people would pay for the standard F and the now standard G, you save about $300 a year in the premium that you pay monthly. So what am I trying to say? With the standard plan G, the $198 is no big deal because the client is saving the $198 in the annual premium cost. Actually, they're saving closer to $300. So as we get older, we are very, very cautious, and we want a price check and everything like that. But the thing with Medicare Supplement is that you can use any doctor, any hospital. You don't have to stay in a network, okay, as you do with the Medicare Advantage. If you go out of network with a Medicare Advantage plan, Shalom, you could pay as much as $10,000 penalty for going out of network.
And the good news for all of our listeners is that Tom figures and helps you figure out gives advice. This is his area of expertise, and allows you to focus on your business, focus on your life, your retirement, whatever the case may be. You should focus in those areas, but you always need to turn to an expert and or a guru.
Hey, a guru.
A guru.
I'm back with a guru, Steve.
You're back with a guru. There you go. So again, I'm chatting with Tom Miroballi, independent producer, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois, but also works with, helps to shop around and find the best plan for you. Tom is based in Lisle, serves folks all over the place. But Tom, let's share your website and phone number so people can contact you.
Well, people can contact me, like I say, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Or they can go to www.healthinsuranceplanschicago.com. And that basically will put you into my website. You can play around with it and go into this, go into that, and then call me. Most of the time, most people call me at 630-863-3477. And they have more questions because, look at a website, with any website, actually, there's what does this mean?
Yeah, it's overwhelming. It's like I was saying before. It's like everybody knows their area of expertise, but you certainly know your area of expertise. That's why we call you the guru. And
well, I got to tell you, WIND has built me a fantastic website, and the website I had before, I tossed out the door because my sales rep Paula, she ended up going ahead and giving me a very good website, And the staff here at WIND is it's terrific. You know, you got George over there. Hey, George. Yo, hey, how you doing?
What? I'm sorry, I was sleeping.
Yeah, I know you were. Yeah, right. See, that's the wide awakeness of the 24-hour station. You know, we have these engineers that are just basically wonderful people. But no, website construction here at WIND is fantastic.
No, absolutely. Everybody here is amazing, and shout out to Paul, and of course, always a shout out to George. Who we like to keep him, behind the big glass window. Between you and I, we've got a plastic.
Yes.
Between us and George, we've got glass.
I know.
To keep things separate. Thank you, Tom, as always, for all that you do, and your website is indeed fantastic. Lots of information that helps people. Like you said, it's good to start on the website so they can see all about your background, see all about the different things that are available, but then they can give you a call and actually have that conversation.
Correct.
As we said, Tom doesn't answer the phone every hour of the day, close to it, even on Sunday evenings.
Pretty close.
And certainly if you leave a message, you will always get a call back really, really quickly. Coming up on Get Down to Business, we will continue our conversation all about small business jobs and entrepreneurship. We're going to be talking about the fair tax. We're going to be talking all about cybersecurity. Listen to Get Down to Business, show all about small business jobs and entrepreneurship. We'll be right back.